What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, welcome for the first time. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why you're going to love Marathon over Arc Raiders. Let's go. All right, if you're new around here, this is a new channel for me. We're just getting it started, and I have another channel that I've done for about 6 or 7 years now. Pretty successful. It's over 200,000 subs. We do racing content over there. Over here, more marathon shooter extraction stuff here. So anyways, let's get into it, man. The chances are you're probably playing Arc Raiders. It seems like the entire internet is playing Arc Raiders, and honestly, for good reason. The game is phenomenal. I love it. I've played nearly 100 hours of the game, and it absolutely sunk its teeth into me, and I didn't expect to like it. I'm not a third-person shooter type of guy. I actually prefer a first-person experience, which is originally why I decided to start this channel around Marathon. But this video isn't really about Arc Raiders. There's too many reasons why someone would like Arc Raiders, and I totally get it. So I'm not putting Arc Raiders down in this video. The chances are, if you clicked on this video, you actually like Arc Raiders too, so I don't have to convince you of that. You probably also hate Marathon, or are unsure about it at the very least, because your interest level in this video, why you might like it, is probably interesting. But to be honest with you, I'm not trying to convince anyone. I'm just trying to highlight some of the things that I think Marathon does better and give you the opportunity to think about why that might be good for you. All right, like I said, I've played a lot of Marathon, being that I'm in the creator program with Bungie. So I've got a lot of early access, some early tests of the game. And every time I get to test the game, it seems like it's made very huge improvements. Like there's usually a month or two that goes by between tests. And every time, that month or two makes a big difference in how this game feels. Bungie has continuously implemented direct feedback from the test groups, from the test player base, which makes playing the game just so much more enjoyable. But amongst those changes, one thing has never changed in this game. Marathon is a PvP game. Period. Now, technically, Marathon is a PvPvE game, and to be honest with you, I think you spend more time fighting AI enemies. However, when you get into a situation where you see another player, it is shoot on sight. It is a PvP game. And to be honest with you, that makes sense. Bungie made some of the best PvP ever in Halo and Destiny. It's competitive, it's fast, it's accurate, the guns feel amazing. The feedback systems in those games are top-notch, and Marathon feels exactly the same way. It just feels great to run around and shoot things. I don't know about you, but I'm into that. Now, not that Arc Raiders is bad at combat or gunplay. It's not. It's just a little bit different. Being that it's a third-person game, you don't really get some of the same types of sensations, and thus the gameplay itself is just completely different. In addition to that, people are much more friendly in Arc Raiders, despite what you see on TikTok with all of these big streamers who are like, you know, befriending someone and then shooting them in the back for their loot. Now, they're just doing that for clips, obviously. But the reason Arc Raiders is so much more friendly is because Arc Raiders features matchmaking that is based around behavior. Now, obviously, there's a lot more factors that go into it, but behavior is one of the key factors as to how it matches you. So if you go in and you're friendly with a lot of people, most of your lobbies are going to be friendly. You might run into the occasional person who's going to shoot you down, but it's not as common when you are the one being friendly most of the time. What that does is it creates a specific experience for every single player that goes into it. They base everything based off that player's experience, and it allows you to play the game the way you want. It's quite genius, actually. And if you have a big enough player base to do that, to have all these matchmaking requirements, then you can actually perform that, and people don't have to wait that long for queues, because that's always the problem when it comes to these matchmaking things. Devs have always been able to do this type of matchmaking, but they haven't always implemented it because it means different queue times. You think about it like this, it's like a filter, right? You filter someone who's in a solo queue. You want to put them with all solo queues. Then you filter them by behavior. Like, oh, these guys are friendly, so we want to put them with friendly people. That makes the player base smaller and smaller. Then you put them with guys that have similar gear loadouts. Okay, now they have similar value loadouts. That makes the player base smaller and smaller. You get what I'm saying? Once you get to a point, you have to have a very large player base in order to make that work, and Arc Raiders does have that, so the matchmaking works really, really well. For a game like Marathon, I expect that game to be far less. They're not going to have the option to do that, I don't think. Maybe slightly, but I think it's not going to be tuned as strongly as Arc Raiders will. But that being said, Marathon is not that type of game. Marathon is fast. Marathon is ruthless. It requires a ton of skill to be good at this game, and the gear and the movement and the map knowledge always matter. The game's core gameplay allows for a huge skill gap in the community, which makes it the perfect situation for people looking to PvP. It is a PvP game at its core, and in a game like that, when you pile on extraction shooter mechanics, you can lose everything and it's going to hurt. This is not going to be a welcoming game for players who just want a PvE experience in an extraction shooter. And since Arc Raiders has sort of blown the doors off the extraction shooter genre, there's a lot of new players that are looking to get their fix. Arc Raiders is the most casual extraction shooter experience out there. Marathon is not. So players who love Destiny style gameplay, who love a risk and reward experience, who love making other players hurt, those players are going to absolutely love Marathon over Arc Raiders. Despite everyone trying to compare Marathon and Arc Raiders and trying to measure them against each other, these games couldn't be more different. Arc is designed for casuals, Marathon is designed for PvPers. As long as everyone goes into it knowing that and understanding that, the reception to Marathon when it launches should be all right. And that's exactly how the internet always reacts to everything. Fair and measured with objectivity and no tribalism and no bias. Jokes aside, I'm actually really excited for Marathon. And if you're a PvP player who loves first-person shooters, you're going to absolutely love Marathon. If not, I would say maybe skip it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one.